everyone, welcome to Monday Movie Review, where I see movies and tell you about it. So I went to see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Can I just say, the only bad thing about this movie is the fact that the name is a tongue twister. It's hard. This movie I thought was fantastic. It was beautifully written. It had a lot of twists and turns, actually. I feel like a lot of movies nowadays give the entire plot in a trailer, but thankfully, this movie didn't. There was just so much that happened. I was like, what? No. But don't worry, I won't tell you them. So, it stars a great cast. Eva Green back for another Tim Burton film, this time The Good Girl. Well, not so good, but better. Can I just say Asa Butterfield is fantastic. First, he comes across, doesn't have much of an emotional level, but there's just something about him. He was a really great character to have kind of in the center of all of the conflict and all of the special people. It was definitely interesting seeing Samuel L. Jackson as the villain. You'd usually see him as someone in the ass-kicking role, but this time, he was darn scary. He obviously had his Samuel L. Jackson kind of vibe, you know what I mean. But still, he was scary. He reminded me a lot of the Joker, so he just did really well. The main themes I would say was definitely coming of age story. He's a teenager. Almost every single teenage movie is a coming of age story. Father-son relationships, grandparent and child relationships. The biggest thing that I wish they touched on is they didn't do any type of redeeming relationship between Asa's character Jake and his father. They didn't really do a redeem. They just talked more about the child and the grandfather. There wasn't a lot of redeeming qualities between the child and the parents, which I thought was kind of sad that wasn't really addressed, because I think that's something that would have added something. I felt like there was something missing, like there was a scene. If I had any criticism, I felt like there were scenes where they went from one place to another. I felt like there was supposed to be a scene there. They're all wet, and all of a sudden they're completely dry. I can kind of get that probably because Emma, who has the air peculiarity, she probably blowed air on everyone so that, they were instantly dry. But I would have liked to see that because it was just kind of weird to go from completely wet to dry. And I'm sure in the editing process they were trying to cut as much skim the fat, and they probably just figured that, hey, they'll probably get it. We did. It was still kind of okay. One thing I will also have to comment, if you don't like time loops, if they confuse you, I would not see this movie, because there's a lot of kind of time travels, but also two timelines going at the same time. So if that just confuses you and just makes your head ache, I wouldn't see this movie. I do. I love time travel type movies. As far as age limits, probably around 12 or 13. It's an intense movie. And it's creepy. There are creepy stuff. Bodies rising from the dead and hearts. The pump, 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 pump. Hearts going in and out of body parts. And the big bad scary things. It was intense. I saw this in 3D too. OMG. At your discretion. But that's definitely, it has a lot of, scary scenes in it. I mean, not horror movie scary, but definitely a lot of gross, and super creepy. But it's a great movie for Halloween. I felt like I'm being prepared for Halloween. I'd love to see it again, either the day before or on Halloween. I think it's a great movie for that. And our hunk of the movie, I think everyone can agree, Asa Butterfield. Granted, he's way too young for me, but if I was a 16-year-old, heck yeah. I mean, he's so adorable. Kind of awkward, teenager that, just in that awkward stage, but still pretty cute. Just really rises to his own and definitely, grows up in a lot of ways. So all in all, great film. Go see it. The only things I'm worried about are not because it's a bad movie, but just based on your personal preference. Let me know if you've gone and see it. I'd love to know what you think about it. And if there's a movie you'd like to see, feel free to also comment below, and I'd love to take your suggestions. I hope you all have a great and fantastic day. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.